I get those confused.
I don't have any...
Guys, do you know where we're at?
No.
No.
We're in the dead zone.
Wait, the what? The what?
Wait, we're in a movie with Christopher Walken? This is awesome.
We already covered this.
No, we're in the I-4 dead zone. The I-4 dead zone is a quarter-mile section on I-4 at the south end of the interstate bridge across the St. Johns River, said to be haunted and the site of up to 1,700 car crashes since the interstate opened in 1963.
Holy shit! 1,700 car crashes?
Most of these crashes being fatal.
Most?
And this is at St. John's and what?
This is in
St.
Sanford.
John's and I-4.
Yeah, St. John's and I-4. The south end. Because honestly, I-4,
Weird.
most of it is north and south.
Yeah.
Can we be honest?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Can we be honest about that?
One of the first annoying things
East,
about I-4
west,
that you realize is
doesn't-
that, east-west doesn't mean anything that goes north and south.
Yeah.
Correct. But why are these crashes fatal? Is it crappy design, or is it because the highway was built on a grave?
Ooh. In the river?
River grave.
Right next to the river.
Oh, no.
The city of Sanford was established in 1877. Before it was known to have a quaint downtown area and rumors of Lady Gaga moving there.
As every small town.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone.
So before it was known to have the quaint downtown, it was a small Roman Catholic colony called St. Joseph's, inhabited by European settlers mostly consisting of Swedish and German immigrants. After the original inhabitants, the Mayaka Native American tribe, was killed off by war and disease.
Ugh.
Like all of America.
Yeah, like all of America.
Eventually.
You love the jerseys. I love the jerseys.
What?
You know, the
Those
Swedish
are the
settlers saying
original
that
immigrants.
frame the words of jerseys.
Were you paying them or you Kurt?
It is. I have a jersey down the street.
1887, 10 years after the colony was established, a devastating fire broke out, which destroyed most of the settlement, which had become a big leader in the citrus industry. Shortly after the fire, a terrible epidemic of yellow fever took over the colony and wiped out an entire family of German immigrants.
Ooh.
These 4 deceased family members were buried in the woods north of the railroad in fear of the disease spreading further. Because the priests had also fallen to the disease, there was no one there to read them their last rites, and they were laid to rest without a ceremony. No family gatherings, and no absolution. These horrible events of St. Joseph's led to the fall of the colony, and shortly thereafter, the colony just ceased to exist.
Wow.
Almost 20 years later, when the colony site was absorbed by the Lake Monroe Township, a man named Albert Hawkins bought the land for farming. When the 4 graves were discovered, he created a little cemetery in respect for the dead and farmed around it. It looked like a little island in the middle of the field. A medium who lived in the community referred to it as the Field of Dead and warned people not to mess with the graves. So this guy bought the land,
Right.
realized there were graves there,
Yeah.
built a little cemetery, and just farmed around it.
Just trying to respect it.
Yeah,
Trying
just
to
like,
get all those precious nitrates out of that cemetery.
actually, I bet it was
The
great fertilizer.
Yeah, totally.
for
The
sure.
best corn was
Yeah,
like right
ever.
around there.
Dead corn.
I don't think they grow corn.
Blue ribbon okra.
This is super nerdy, but if you're a vegan, your
Is that
body
vegan?
will secrete like vegan things and you can grow more.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I don't know if it was word. I just think it's inaccurate.
No, it's
While
not
you're
at
still
all.
alive?
See, that's why I exclusively eat vegan people.
No.
That way, I'm getting
You
all
get
the
their
nutrients and I'm
nutrients.
still getting the delicious meat.
Makes sense.
You're not going to get a bunch of like antibiotics or hormones you don't need. You're
Thank
right.
you.
You're right.
Just look up vegan poop. Hashtag Fritz.
Find a whole gallery out there.
Thank you.
So when Albert Hawkins passed in 1939, his widow continued to own the land until 1960, when it was purchased by the state to build our favorite superhighway to Tampa. I-4.
I-4 nightmare.
Before that, though, it was the biggest road was the Old Dixie Highway, right?
I believe so.
Into Orlando,
Yeah,
which
yes.
is what Edgewater Drive now is part of, and I think the Old Cheney Highway
Really?
alongside
Yeah.
Colonial was also part of it.
Old Cheney.
Is there any other type of Cheney?
I mean, Dick Cheney was old when he went into office.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
don't-
See, we could do an
I only
entire
know old
scary
Cheney.
episode just about Dick Cheney. and that would be all our fans would be like, okay, that was too scary. Don't talk about stuff like that again.
So after the state bought the land, the state surveyors identified the graves, but did not remove them. Instead, they were just covered up with dirt to elevate the new highway.
This was before Poltergeist came out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
You just moved the headstones!
1960. Yeah.
Oof.
So instead, they were covered with dirt, and at this time, Hurricane Donna had already passed over South Florida and was heading into the Gulf. But when the construction started over the graves, Donna made an eerie turn and headed straight into Central Florida.
Timely story, Angela!
Via the new interstate's path. So she came right back through Tampa and right through Central Florida. It was the worst storm to hit Central Florida in a century, and this was 1960, and caused horrible flooding, which halted the construction of the highway for several months.
Par for the course as far as that highway's concerned.
Yep.
Oh, no,
Absolutely.
stress relief.
Does this explain the, when you're trying to get on 408 from I-4, they were just like, just put it together however you need to, whatever, make everyone who's going...
There's only one lane. It's the
Yeah,
right
just-
lane. It's the turn lane and the
Yeah.
go forward lane.
It's
like
terrible.
It's like a
And the merge
butterfly
lane.
loop around.
Like the civil engineer who designed it was also the co-designer of bumper pool tables.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
He's like, just bounce one off that shit off the other shit. Yeah, it's good.
Then you're on that 4. East or west. You don't care.
Boom, in the hole. You're good. You score.
Awful. It is said that the eye of the storm of Hurricane Donna passed over the graves at midnight.
Wow.
And people in the area believe that the construction and disruption of the dead caused the storm to make that drastic turn, and the curse began.
That was the beginning of the curse.
The beginning of the curse.
Oh, no.
In 2004, when more work was being done on that section of the highway, Hurricane Charlie, nicknamed the I-4 hurricane, also followed the same path as Hurricane Donna and passed right over the burial site and caused lots of destruction.
Really?
And here we are again in 2017 with lots of work being done on I-4, and we have Hurricane Irma at Category 5 looking like it could come straight for us.
I now hold you personally responsible.
Hey,
Me?
Yes,
It's
I'm
a
sorry.
city
I've got to
planner.
blame someone, and you're right there.
The mayor or something.
just because we're on the side of I-4 doesn't mean anything about the story she's telling. It's just, it happens to be apropos.
That's
Happens.
scary, man.
But it wasn't just awful weather that people talk about.
Oh, God.
Car crashes, ghost sightings, and cell phone signal drops have also been stated here.
No, we can't. We don't
That's
have
why
bars.
we got no bars. We have no
Oh,
bars.
Here it is.
I like
As
that.
I
That's the first
said-
thing you bring up as opposed to the car crashes. You
Yeah.
go, no, I got no juice.
Well, we're not going to
I got no
crash.
juice.
We're
I'm
sorry.
We're standing here. We're not going to crash.
Facebook.
I'd rather be dead if I don't have no juice in my
I have
body.
no ability to update my status right now.
I can't do anybody any good if I'm not
How's everyone
Snapchatting.
going to know where we are if
How
we
are they
can't
gonna
tell
know if
them
we're
where
dead?
we are?
Someone could be poking me right now, and I have no idea.
Do people still poke?
I know, it's really weird. I don't
Say
think they
that
do.
so mean, Daddy, but yes, also Angela, yes.
Playing both sides of the field, aren't you
Thank
there,
you.
buddy?
Yep,
Nice.
thank you.
As I said
Objective.
before, it has been reported that almost 1,700 car crashes have happened on this site since the interstate opened. On the exact date opened, a tractor trailer hauling a load of frozen shrimp mysteriously lost control and jackknifed right above the graves.
The dead love shrimp.
They saw it coming and they were like, all right, here we go. And
Here we go.
get spooky, man.
And they got right back in the river.
Jaws of life. It's my Jaws.
Well, I mean, it was the 60s when it opened, so
Oh, I
they could have
guess,
been
yeah.
having some kind of cocktail party. And like, these would be great for my party. Get some shrimp.
Makes sense.
So an analysis which compared this section of I-4 to several other dangerous I-4 sections found that while the dead zone area did not have the highest accident or fatality rate, it did identify that the percentage of fatality to accident was significantly higher in this location.
It's more deadly.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So if you're going to have an accident here, it's going to be a really bad one.
Why'd she die? Fender bender. I mean, so it's just a fender bender. Yeah, she just exploded
In the dead zone.
Yeah, just,
In
just
the
tapped,
dead zone.
just tapped her
In
back
the
bumper
dead
and just her
zone.
head exploded. It was really weird. I wonder if Michael Fassbender's ever been in a fender bender.
Fast
Fender
bender,
bender.
fender bender. Fast bender, fender bender.
It is Michael, isn't it? No.
Michael.
Yep.
Okay.
The insurance adjuster's just having a paperwork nightmare with that.
No, okay. Was it a fast bender or was it just a no? It was Michael. Okay.
Was he going fast? Yes, he was going fast, and I had a fender bender with Michael Fassbender going fast. It's really,
You know what? Forget about it.
the paperwork by Theodore
Return to sender.
Geisel.
Today, there are rumors and legends of pioneer ghosts standing by the busy highway at night. Ghostly voices coming over radios, CBs and cell phones and radio stations going dead while crossing the gravesite.
Wow, so even CB banned Citizens Broadcast.
Yes.
That's getting interrupted.
That's what CB stands for?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
So everything.
The more you know.
What did you think it stood for?
Don't worry about it.
No, you actually had
so
some. What
worried
was
about
it?
it.
What was it?
Corey Broadcast.
Oh, that's so cute.
Your parents lied to you. I'm sorry.
I know.
It wasn't just you.
It still can, buddy.
I felt so special.
It still can. Sure, I meant that's all a lie. It really does stand for Corey
Thank
Broadcast.
you.
It's better than chicken burgers.
Burgers is radio. Oh, man.
Chicken Burger Radio.
Turn on the chicken burgers. Let's see what's going on in the news.
Makes sense.
Truckers have heard a man's voice on their radios calling out, "Who's there?" Or, and they try to answer back and get no response. Others have heard little girls giggling when talking on their phones as they cross the gravesite. So they're just like on the phone and they just hear like
Giggling.
little girls giggling in their phone.
That's what they do, though. I mean,
It baffles many because there are no radio or cell antennas nearby or TV or radio stations, so no one can explain these weird signal disruptions. So hurricanes that strike when the graves are disturbed, cell phones and radio disruptions when passing over, and numerous car crashes. Could it be payback for disturbing the dead?
So, Angela, are you saying hurricane?